dead. Oh, live. Sorry. We're live and back. We are the Trauma Guys. I'm Lee.
I'm Fayaz.
And we'd like to start this out today by thanking everybody for finally getting us over that 100 subscriber mark and then some. I think we're at like 145 subscribers or something to that effect as of right now. We'd like to thank you guys all for helping us do that. It means the world to us. We are trying to build this up slowly but surely. Like I said, we are not perfect and we make our share of mistakes, but it's a learning process, but we're having a good time and we hope you are too.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is. Okay. Yeah. No, and it's a dab, but I'm doing it wrong. The fact that you knew it was a dab is entertaining in itself. However, I would also like to say thank you to all our subscribers for getting us up over 100. Like Lee said, we're crawling close to 150, and we appreciate you guys. Thanks for putting the word out, letting people know, and just letting us be a small part of your day whenever we can. We greatly appreciate it.
For sure. So what we'd like to do also is when we can get to 250, we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away one of our T-shirts. I'm not wearing one currently right now, but it says HeadTrauma. I'm loving it. But we're doing it this way. So we get to 250 subscribers, plus we want 100 comments. The best comment out of that 100 will be the person that gets to receive the T-shirt. And we are going to have merch and stuff popped up, and we'll have a place where you can, if you're interested in getting that, we'll have some stuff as well. So that stuff will be going on. When we reach 1,000 subscribers down the road, we are going to open up a bottle of a little bit of the bubbly from Chris Jericho and have a drink to you guys for helping us get there, hopefully down the road as well.
Yes. What he said.
All right, but right now...
What he said!
We're going to do a little wrestling commentary over AEW's Double or Nothing event.
COVID style.
Just over the weekend. It was probably one of the best pay-per-views, wrestling-wise, I've seen in a long time, it seems like. But it was amazing, and it was an awesome show. It started out with a casino ladder match, kind of the person that climbed up the ladder and got the chip off the thing earned a chance at the world title for AEW.
Man, that was pretty awesome, man. It was just a good show, and they went pretty crazy with it, man. They got the ladders out. They had the giant chip and the table, and then he was stuck under the He was stuck under the giant chip and the table forever.
So this whole thing started out with just the first two members of SCU coming out, and they were kind of wrestling Scorpio Sky. They were just working back and forth, having a good match, and they were just bringing people out every 2 minutes. Orange Cassidy came out. He didn't even really know about the match. He didn't even walk into the match at first. He walked over and talked to the commentators and asked them what he was supposed to do, which was kind of funny. But
that was kind of funny in itself. And then Darby Allin, they sets up a ladder, climbs up one, jumps off of it onto a skateboard, and falls flat on his shin.
But
I mean, succeeds at what he was doing with the ladder, but just the way he landed on that deal, you could tell that hurt him, man. That hurt him bad. But he kept, dude, it was just nuts, man. It was pandemonium, right? You know, that's what you kind of want that to be. You miss the days of pandemonium in wrestling and ladder matches, things like that. And AEW's bringing that back.
Mm-hmm. And they did a lot of crazy spots, like so Luchasaurus and Marco Stunt, they choke slammed Orange Cassidy. So Marco Stunt got on a step ladder, which is of course a smaller ladder, to climb up on to help Luchasaurus choke slam Orange Cassidy, which is funny within itself. If you don't know who these people are, you have to check it out because that is probably one of the funniest spots on the whole thing. And then Brian Cage comes out. Brian Cage, if you don't know who Brian Cage is, he was former Impact World Champion. He is like a walking human action figure.
Wolverine. Yeah, the guy could be Wolverine. If he had claws coming out of his hands, he'd look like, well, dude, he looks like a machine, bro.
Yeah, he's
coming out there, man.
That's for sure. Yeah. And so he comes out and he's just wrecking the place, wrecking everybody. So the group of people in the ring decide they're going to do the beat down on him. So they beat him down. Then they stick him under a whole bunch of stuff. A ladder, some stuff from the side of the stage.
Like a railing. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy.
They have these big casino chips there where they take it over there and they set it on top of him.
And it like took 5 of them to carry the casino chip over there to put it on top of him. And he laid under that thing, what?
I don't know.
But for a good part of the match, man. Yeah, I felt like he was... I felt like he was under there for 10 minutes or something like that. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, so... And then Joey Janela did took, I think it was Orange Cassidy. I think that's who it was. He took him and he did a Death Valley Driver onto that chip while Lord just still underneath all that shit.
yeah, still underneath it, and the chip doesn't really give. It just continues to crush whatever's underneath it.
No, and I thought that was just like one of those things that they have around. Usually shatter or something. No, that thing was hard as could be. It didn't move. It didn't budge. No piece of it broke off. Dude,
that match was crazy, man. And it was funny because it escalated. It started out kind of normal almost. And then it just escalated to absolute craziness. Luchasaurus, man, that guy. The things that guy can do is it's pretty amazing. As big as he is, agile. I bet you the guy could do backflips. I don't think we've seen him do a backflip yet.
He does backflips.
Yeah, but I bet you he could do it. I don't recall seeing him do one, but I could see that guy. I could see that guy. Doing a backflip off of the top of a cage somewhere. It's it's crazy what that guy can do as big as he is. And it just speaks to the talent that those guys got going on over there, man. All in all, they put on a good match there. Yeah. I like that.
Then at the end, we have Brian Cage taking Darby Allin, sticking him on a ladder, pressing him up over his head, and throwing him out of the ring.
Throwing him out of the ring, dude. That was crazy, man. That was just crazy.
So Brian Cage wins the casino ladder match, and he gets his chance at the AEW champion, who's ever going to be a champion at the end of the night. So we go, and we have some really good matches. We have Cody versus Lance Archer, which was a great match. To me, it was. A lot of people are like, well, it didn't tell much. It told a good story. And it
was a good match.
Cody, honestly, is probably, out of everybody going on right now as far as storytelling goes in wrestling, Cody tells the best stories in the ring, bar none. And I think that's because he's got a little bit of his daddy in him that just makes him tell that story a little bit better than everybody else.
Yeah, definitely. And he's got, he's got the acrobatics and he's got the flop too. I mean, dude, when he did the backflip. So I went home and I watched that match. And he does the backflip off the corner of the deal, right? This has nothing to do with what we watched Saturday. He does the backflip off the corner of that cage and comes down on it, and you're just going, man, that is ridiculous. That's some stuff you'd like to see live, right? I've seen some people jump off of some stuff, do some stuff, just kind of just step off and do some stuff. I mean, he jumped and did a backflip, dude. That right there, along with his ability to tell a story, and it's just, it's awesome, man. I'm glad that they've given him a stage to be able to tell that story, because he's come a long way.
Yeah, exactly. Then we had stuff like MJF and and Jungleboy, which was an amazing match as well. I thought, those two are going to be major stars as they get up there.
Dude, that was a crazy match, man.
And it was good in all ways, not just from they did ground stuff, they did some basic wrestling stuff, they got into a little bit of their flying stuff, a little all over, but they really told a story about how much they dislike each other and this thing that's going on, and it really set it up for hopefully they do something more with it and build it into an ongoing thing, so this feud builds up and really gets us, prepared for maybe the next pay-per-view, and which is like three or 4
Oh God, that'd be amazing, man. You're talking about just amazing matches to come between those two if that happens. I mean, the match they had on Saturday was just ridiculous. Like you said, on all ends, all showcasing all different types of styles when it comes to wrestling. And then, man, if they keep going with that, they keep building on that story. I mean, you're going to see even crazier stuff come around.
Yeah.
One of my favorites was the Brodie Lee match. That was a great match too. I enjoyed that one. Brodie Lee was he's also fun to watch for being a big guy.
Yeah, he has a lot of that. He has a lot of that Bruiser Brody in him, except not with the crazy man thing. A different style, but he has that look, and I definitely think he has that ability to be that same type of person as well.
Yeah, I do. I think so too, man. And I mean, he kind of does it, but he plays it his own way. He kind of he keeps it. He's more of the like an intelligent monster almost.
No,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, rather than being the monster, he's more like the refined monster. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. I like it. I like that. I like that angle.
It's a little like Stone Cold, but in kind of a different. They have that similarity, except for the fact that he's not doing the drinking. He has his moments, but he's not boisterous to the crowd. It's about what he feels and what he's doing at the moment, type of thing. And And he's really evolved. I mean, this has probably been in John for a while, just because who he is. But he's really evolved. I mean, because he started adding a lot of MMA stuff into his repertoire of how he puts on things. Not just the brutality stuff and the beating stuff, but but also like when they went through that, when he paradigm shifted him through the stage, then he paradigm shifted him 2 more times in the thing, and he couldn't do it, so he decided he was going to start with a bulldog choke. Now, I know Jim Ross and those guys, they're great announcers. I'm going to give them nothing, but the first choke he put on is called a bulldog choke, not a rear naked choke.
That's right.
But it's okay.
It's a bulldog choke.
Nonetheless, it was
so.
But he finished with one.
Yeah. So the best way for you for anybody out there who's not sure how to tell the difference, the bulldog choke looks like when 2 elementary kids are wrestling and the other one gets them in a headlock and starts squeezing real hard. That's what the bulldog choke looks like. So that's the easiest way I can describe a bulldog choke.
It's like putting on a headlock, except more around the neck, and you're putting your pressure on a little more. Not so much around the head, but the neck. But a rear naked choke is I'm more behind the person, not actually
right
on the side.
And that's exactly what it is. And towards the end when he hooks the leg and he brings it around the carotid, and it looked like Brodie turned a little purple there.
Yeah.
So maybe they took putting on a show to the extreme there. Which who knows? I wouldn't put it past those two, man.
Yeah.
It was a really good match, man. Especially a match where Jon Moxley's involved.
Well, then we had the a little before that. We're kind of all over the place with it. It doesn't matter which order. We're having a good time.
It
so
doesn't.
It really doesn't matter.
The whole damn show was good.
It
doesn't matter.
But the Sheeta,
watch it backwards.
Sheeta and Nyla Rose fight was good. And Nyla, for being
great.
Big person. I mean, she puts
on a good show.
Yeah, she's got.
Yeah, she does a good job,
man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man.
She's got that thing, and and it's just like, they're finally starting to give back into letting more of that story being told, but not always, that big, powerful woman. And she's always going to get her revenge and do something to somebody anyway. But I think it's good to have switches and change-ups and when it comes to the women's title division, especially in AEW, because their women's division is finally starting to mesh a little. It's still got some work to do, but it is getting much, much better, much more exciting.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I love the way that AEW implements so many different styles, right? Because you see a lot of the Japanese guys get in there too. So you see a lot of different styles, and and Shida brings that out, having that Japanese style, but also having a little bit of the American style too. We were kind of talking about that. I love that, man. I love that AEW brings all of that together, where it seems like you get, maybe one or two different, styles whenever you're watching other shows, man. But because it's such an independent scene, you really get the variety of all of it, man. And that just makes for a better show to me.
Well, I think it's also is the fact that they're letting their people have a little more freedom.
The creativity
is there. So, things will falter. Don't get me wrong. But they don't have like a training facility and somebody to go over your match 50,000. Now they have a lot of really great guys there that are helping them mold their matches together and get a little better and stuff. And it'll eventually. But right now, I'm enjoying it for what it is. It's enjoyable. It's fun. We had Mike Tyson there this weekend, which made it even more fun. We had Arn Anderson. We had Jake the Snake Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of great things going on, but nothing at all compares to the main event, the Stadium Stampede match.
Dude, that was ridiculous, man. That was the most ridiculous thing that I just did. It was crazy. I'd never seen anything like it. They all ran at each other, right? Next thing you know, they're all in different places, all over the freaking stadium, and it was like each fight told a story.
Exactly.
Right. Each fight told a story. There was a story in the bar, right? There was the story. There was the story in the stands, right? There was Omega's story.
Yeah, everybody had kind of their, but the whole thing, like, it was funny because they started out on each line, and the
what's his name, Hardy?
Also, yeah.
Dude, if you guys haven't watched it, if you haven't watched this show yet, you need to watch it. Right, it's on YouTube right now. You can watch it, but better than that. If you just didn't want to watch the whole show and you only wanted to watch that match, it's worth it. Watch it. Watch it and watch it over again, because you won't believe all the different things that are going on, all the different stories they're telling. It's almost like you're watching a movie and all these things are happening, and next thing you know, they cut to a different scene. They cut to a different scene, and it's two other guys fighting, and then another guy shows up. It's just so crazy. It's so crazy, and it's crazy. It's violent. It's technical.
It's funny.
And it's funny. And at the end of the day, and then it ends with it ends with the most ridiculous, violent, and the story's told so well, you almost feel sorry for the guy, the last man standing, who loses at the end there.
Well, the whole thing
you feel bad for him.
Hangman came out on a horse chasing down Sammy Guevara. So Sammy's running into the place, and where does Hangman end up? In the bar.
In a bar. He ends up in a bar.
So then you have him and Hager. They have a drink together, and then they start fighting. It's
complete. They have a bar fight. He drags him across the bar. It's like watching an old western or something.
Exactly.
Then Omega shows up, and then they beat up Hager together, and then Omega has a glass of milk because he doesn't drink, right?
Yeah.
I just found this out. Omega has a glass of milk, and Hangman drinks some whiskey. It was, dude, it's crazy. It was just crazy, man. It was just dude. It was wild, man. You couldn't write that, right? That was one of those things. Like, here's the idea, man. Hey, y'all just have at it and see what happens. And they did a great job with it. Yeah. They did a great job with it.
And Matt Hardy taking on Santana and Ortiz. and they put him in a pool. So every time they drowned him, he'd pop up as another version of himself.
Right.
And that was funny as could be, because it would Matt Hardy, and then they drowned him again, and it was Matt version 1 or whatever it is. And then you look at Matt facts, and they're starting to read the Matt facts over there.
There's Matt facts, like how Matt Hardy can hold his breath for what was like 343 seconds or something like that, and they're holding him down under the water trying to drown him, Ortiz and his partner, and they're looking at the deal, and they're going 343 seconds. It was just weird how they played it that. Like, they could see the thing that we were all looking at on TV, right? And every time they pulled Matt Hardy out of the water, he was wearing like one time he would be wearing a jacket and his hair was tied back. Then they'd put him back down in there, they'd pull him back out, and he had no jacket on, and his hair was all over the dude. It was crazy, man. I don't even know where they came up with the idea. I've never seen something like that done in wrestling. It was different, man.
Then he stuck him in the barrel and rang the bell, and
oh God, yeah, my ears hurt after that one.
And he stuck the other one in the ice chest, where you keep the ice box, and then he locked him in there and told him it would help him with the swelling. So
with this one, he goes, "This will help with the inflammation."
That's it. It was, because that would definitely be a Matt Hardy saying more of the inflammation than swelling. But it was so much that you couldn't take it all in. I feel like I need to watch it again. I feel like I missed things, but it was just really great. Chris Jericho does a great job of being a great heel. The Young Bucks were fantastic. Kenny Omega blows me away. And I'm going to tell you the honest truth, the MVP of this, even though, he got pinned and he got the one wing angle to put on him, Sammy Guevara.
Oh, God.
Sammy.
He takes a beating at the end.
Not just that, but Sammy himself has been doing a fantastic job of just taking heat. He's very talented. He thought he won when he's getting hit by the sprinklers. All that funny stuff.
He was hilarious, man. He was hilarious. From top to bottom, he was funny. He was funny. And he's a great wrestler too. And to say that he gets pinned is an understatement. Watch how he gets to the pinfall, and then just go watch the match. Just watch the match. If you don't want to watch the whole show, watch the match. You got to watch it. Watch the match.
Yeah, it's
I guarantee you're not seeing anything like that on WWE. I promise you, you're not.
And a lot of people have been getting on me. Oh, you're just on the bandwagon. No, I've been waiting for something different to come along for a while. I like Impact a little bit. I like MLW. I watch Ring of Honor. I watch New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I go visit. We like to go and check out local events, which really soon we'll be out doing more. We have a special new camera. We're going to be out shooting stuff and doing a lot of stuff.
The world is coming back. And we get to go see some live talent. I can't wait.
But I feel like the WWE has come to a point where it's a little stale, and they've kind of been, holding on to this one crew of people, and they have a lot of really good talent there, and I just don't feel like they're pushing them enough. And I think sometimes if you push them a little more, and even if they hold on to a title for just a second, and that fight for it constantly would probably build a lot more interest in some of those people. And I just don't feel like they're doing it, or let them have a little more freedom within what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Because even if there's mistakes made, that's okay. That's the beauty of things sometimes. Those mistakes and things that we see are sometimes just us going, wow, they did what? Oh, man, that dude's got to be hurt. But we understand where it comes from. Look, we don't want him to get hurt. I understand this. But as a thing, when we're watching it, I really want to see where it goes to. And if it occurs naturally, it sucks they got hurt or, something happens. But it was these guys using their own creativity. If every time you map out every match and that has to be done for everybody, those people are never going to build in any way, shape, or form. They're always going to have you map something out for them because they're not good at figuring out how to put it together themselves.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I just feel like there's more creativity and there's more fun right now in the AEW. Not to say there's not talent in the WWE. It's not drawing my interest enough to want to watch it. It just seems like it's so saturated and kind of basic, and AEW is bringing that freaking just that ridiculous style back, man. Where they're going big all the time. They're going big all the time. You get to see all different styles, and you get to see new stuff, man. Like what we were just talking about, that match. Go watch the match. You got to watch the match. It was new. I promise you, you've never seen anything like it. I promise you haven't. I couldn't even believe what I was watching. I was like, what is going on right now? I couldn't even. Yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't even keep tabs on it all. It was so nuts.
Yeah. So we will have a little bit of that Stadium Stampede match in the link below. We're also going to probably we'll have some of it in the midst of this video. We're going to have a clip or two of some of those spots in the match coming up. So again, it's just our way of thanking you guys for all that you do. And we appreciate it. And we appreciate the love that you're giving back to us and the fact that our subscribes are going up, which
absolutely
is great for us. And great to help us also build up more content for you guys as well. So if you like what you heard, great. Give us a thumbs up. If you don't, give us a thumbs down. Guys, please do comments. The comments help us as well. If you don't like some of what we talk about, or you think we talk too much about one thing or the other, let us know because it helps us out get a little bit better. We don't mind anything, any type of critique you can give us. It helps us. We don't mind.
Or maybe you just got something that you'd like to hear us talking about. You feel like we miss it a lot. Put it in the comments section. We like to cover a lot of different things. So, if there's something specific or a specific person or whatever it may be, you feel like needs to be talked about, and you want us to look into it and talk about it a little bit, and we're down for that too, man. We wanna hear from the fans for sure.
Until then, man, have a great night and thank you all very much. I'm Lee.
I'm Fayaz.
And we're out.